Now, this is an author I haven't had the pleasure to shout out yet because it was before I started shouting them out, but we have read a couple of their works already. They did a lot, well, they did a decent amount in series 2, which the most recent one is 1913. Let's see which one that is. And this time, mechanic, do not repeat what I'm saying, okay? Do not repeat the thing. Oh! Yeah, it was like that one dog with a furnace face and a ceramic cat and a... I forgot what the person's made out of, but they're like chasing the ceramic cat, and no matter where the cat is, it will the dog and the person will find that cat. Yeah. That one's good. That one's good. I like that. So that was from Phantom. So you want me to explain it to you? If I swear to Christ, I'm going to put you in the timeout corner if you're going to keep this up. But okay, this one by Phantom is called Is Dead. It's been a while since we had a blank in one of the titles. And this is going to be extra long as well. God damn. Okay. Euclid. Disruption class. Mechanic. Risk class notice. Assigned side 45. Side director redacted. Researcher head redacted. Assigned task force redacted. Special containment procedures. The main entrance to SCP-2746 is to be cordoned off and is only to be accessible via storage room 111-1, SR 111-1. Due to SCP-2746 location in a heavily populated area, the door to SR 111-1 is to be monitored from Site 45A, which is tasked with responding to any attempts to vandalize or break into SCP-2746. This door is to be equipped with a deadbolt lock to prevent civilian interference. Personnel are to be given large disposable gowns to wear in place of original clothing while traveling through SCP-2746. Before traveling through SCP-2746, personnel are required to remove any clothing and personnel accessories from their person, excluding protective gear and accessories used for medical or eye-correcting purposes. Due to the nature of SCP-2746, most clothing and equipment have been deemed unnecessary for exploration into -1 and must be stored in a designated storage locker in SR 111-1. Upon arrival to -1, personnel are to deposit these gowns in storage room 111-2, SR 111-2. When returning, gowns should be retrieved after exploration for either reuse or disposal, and all personnel effects should be collected. Equipment needed for exploration into -1 must be carried entirely through baggage and be tailored for animal use if possible. And here we have an SCP-2746 photo taken from -1 SR 111-2 in view. Let's have a closer look, shall we? Okay. Description. SCP-2746 is an underground tunnel located in Las Vegas, Nevada, approximately 250 meters north of Site 45A. SCP-2746 primarily functions as a stable two-way portal between Las Vegas and an experimental space designated -1. On the left side of SCP-2746 main entrance are two storage rooms. Storage room 111-1 located within Las Vegas, and storage room 111-2 located within -1. Both of these rooms have a door leading to the exterior and a door leading to the interior of SCP-2746. As a human travels through SCP-2746, they will take on the physical appearance of a non-human animal. No pattern or explanation has been determined to explain why the transformation results in any particular species. This process has been observed to begin with the subject's skeletal structure and end with the skin size and internal-external organs matching those of the non-human species. Human subjects retain the vocal cords and sapience when they arrive at -1. Non-human subjects do not undergo the same changes as human subjects when crossing SCP-2746. When any organism, excluding humans, approach -1, they will only develop functional vocal cords. Retain the level of intelligence while within -1, but may be capable of repeating rudimentary or familiar phrases depending on the intelligence. So dogs can end up talking, it seems. This effect will progress as the subject travels through SCP-2746 and will be complete when he or she reaches -1. This process will reverse itself as they return to Las Vegas. It is currently unknown whether this effect stems from SCP-2746 or proximity to -1. -1 is a forested landmass approximately 111. They really love 111 in this SCP. Kilometers in diameter. Examination of the outer boundaries of the landmass suggests it to be floating in mid-air. Atmospheric pressure and temperature are comparable to temperate Earth conditions at sea level. Recording located within -1 suggests that the landmass was inhabited by sapient non-human animals, estimated 770 to 780 in numbers. These inhabitants appear to have been able to construct complex structures and tools and have formed a pious-based oligarchy. According to records discovered in the ruins of several government-supported churches, the social class and hierarchy of the population of -1 was divided into 3 groups identified as crafters, warrior scholars, and honorables. Sure. The Furies of Church located within -1. That's a very tiny church. Like 10 people max. Addendum 2746. The crafters who were simple little church exactly, who were 13 in numbers, are noted to have been the highest social class below the Yazua translation, the Maker. It's unclear whether this term referred to a major religious figure or a god. The crafters are said to have played a vital role in the construction of both -1 and Sponge. The scholars represented the personal servants and assistants of the crafters, and were typically selected from the honorable social class after birth. The majority of inhabitants belong to the honorable class, which consists of artisans, carpenters, and artists. -1's economy functioned off a barter system and lacked any official form of currency. The former government legislation suggests that the original inhabitants were incapable of dying and originally did not require any food sources. This effect is present in subject entering -1. An estimated years ago, the inhabitants of -1 were involved in a civil war referred to an event Nakhash, no idea, or Nakhash, which ended in the crucifixion of 2 crafters, the majority of the honorables and scholars, and the abandonment of -1 by the surviving inhabitants. Okay. I mean, to be honest, like with crafters, scholars, and honorables, it did remind me a little bit of religious talk. Religious terms, basically. According to recovered documents, even Nakhash, I'm just gonna say Nakhash, was a result of the Maker declaring the humans were to be banished from -1, and that a penalty requiring that all citizens acquire the need to eat in order to preserve their sanity. Due to the lack of available food sources and farming knowledge, the honorable class resorted to eating other inhabitants, while the scholar class was given access to several private gardens with a variety of fruit-bearing plants. A large majority of -1's population broke away from its government and formed an organization called the Squalayu. Translation: the Furies of... Shortly after this penalty was put in place, this organization was led by former crafter Frederick and Agathos and scholar Clovis, with the goal of killing the Maker due to unfair treatment. Kind of wild to hear we wanted to kill the Maker. That's like us going, we want to kill God. For more information on event Nahash, please read attached addenda and documentation. So here we have a whole bunch of shit. Hopefully they're not too long. So here SB 2746 documents. And I like the little like Ouroboros flying dragon here. 2746. So here we have F2746, 274645. The following documents are flyers, letters, and document speeches recovered by exploring -1. Bearing document 9, the majority of these documents were written in dialect A12, Old Angelic. Documentation not displayed here consists of personal exchange trades or commissions in literature. These documents I think this is supposed to be, these documents can be found in recovered documents too, and may be accessed by personnel with level 2/2746 clearance or higher. Okay, so here we have -1. And here we have Frederick and Agathos, which leads to 1913, which is, yeah, the one we just read. the other work of Phantom. Do not notice to all righteous citizens of following the banishment of A and E. Former headcrafters Frederick and Agathos have forsaken their holy duties and proclaimed their traitorous ideals against our glorious maker. It actually kind of would be interesting if SCP 1913 came from this reality and somehow ended up in ours. They did try to kill the cat, so maybe the cat statue is the maker. I have to look back at 1913 and see what they actually called the cat there. You know what? Actually, let's do that real quick. Because that was like this thing. It's also written in a similar manner. Let me see if it says here. Yeah, it doesn't say maker here. Yeah, and that was like the dog that's like chasing cat statue. Yeah. No, this one was also really good. Aglo's maker. Crafters Suwat and Saki will carry on the duties until our former leaders see the unjust acts. The traitors and all similar minded citizens suspected of heeding the blasphemy are to be whipped, starved, and crucified for 108 cycles. Upon their capture, in hopes we may restore both the divinity and grace, may our maker forgive us for the transgression. Access original document, no, not translated. So here's, I'm not gonna read it, but we're just gonna look how it looks like. Oh, it looks like Frederick and Agathos. Oh, the only things that are. Wait. Oh, okay, so 108, yeah, 108 is very, gotcha. Okay. So that was N2746-1, now we have N2746-2. Notice, to all righteous citizens of the Furies of Movement is a blatant sin against both the Empire and our glorious maker. If any members of this movement are found, the royal guards will be notified of their presence immediately, so they may face eternal crucifixion. Sorry. The heathens are great in numbers and are immensely dangerous. Those who are found aiding them shall be considered genuine sympathizers of their cause and shall face greater punishment. May our Maker forgive us for our transgression. And once again, I just want to see how it looks like. I'm not going to actually read it. Now we have L 27463. Letter -3, Frederick Agathos. Can you not see the pain you are causing onto others? Do you not see your brother and sister's eternal shells going helplessly mad along our paths? They are starving by our hands, and nothing but you are forcing them. You and what you are doing are wrong. We will not even let you make the attempt to harm our maker and are prepared to stand and fight you in every force in. You have seduced or geese to this pointless resistance. You have no right, or we cannot give up on you. We do not wish this upon you, but if need be, we'll strand you here. Don't make it come to that. We could have so much more than this. If you have any decency, please stop this pointless fighting and the suffering. Release Clovis and turn yourselves in. This can only end tragically to Suward and Sari. And here we have the original. Okay, L4. Suward and Sari, while we are quite saddened that you and the other crafts do not share our viewers on our maker, we would like you to understand that none of us give a damn. As you have pointed to us, our concern is placed on the citizens you have created examples of. You are aware that the overwhelming majority of the citizens you suspect of following us used to fear our maker, correct? You are paranoid and you are only hurting yourselves. The citizens curse you for following him. That make their love go to us to the point where even you gods have deserted this cause for hours. It further amazes us that you believe Clovis has decided to follow us by anything other than our own volition. You act as if she is not capable of having her own will, that the only conceivable way that she could oppose you is by geese. Our care goes to those who you have hurt, those you have starved and beaten, the ones that you are truly suffering. When our time comes, our first act will be set free our brothers and sisters and allow them the privilege to be the first to consume our maker flesh and blood. We see no reason as to why the maker has punished us for what the humans have done, other than that for cruel entertainment. It's your last chance. We can forgive you, but him we cannot. Do not stand in our way. We agree that we are wrong, we're made wrong, and we are hungry. Critic and Agathos. And here we have the original text. S5. My sons and daughters, not too long ago, we lived in the greatest of times. Our maker, whom we cherished, crafted 13 spirits and gave them one simple order. Craft. And so we did. Grateful for our creation, we crafted the canvas and everybody it contains. We crafted the soil beneath our feet and the trees that brushed the skies. We followed his example and crafted 764 spirits, similar but unique to each other. Tuned for no other purpose than to craft, we created all that you have seen. It was because of you that we have what we have now. But then we noticed something. What we have crafted was still. It was boring, empty. There was nothing to appreciate and enjoy the things we have made. We created a life, not the lives of mere plants, the lives of walkers. Each of us created these wondrous designs that were strong, designs that were agile, designs that differed wildly from each other. We presented our work to our makers, like a child does with its first work of art, and looked upon it all. It disgusted him. He tore our worlds down, we rebuilt them again, this time with rule dictated what we could do, what we could not. No longer could we stray from the mundane, but we could not stray from the impossible, not entirely. Pardon me. We build our designs from each other's work, going down paths that the original creative would usually go, adapting them from different surroundings and making revisions. The designs didn't work and it didn't make time. We work on the design of different creations in different environments. And if it still didn't work, we would simply attempt something else. Or leave for the others to find. It was still chaos. And we employed the use of magic every now and again. But we were happy. We, satisfied from our achievement, took the form of what we believed to be our best work and presented the work to him a second time. He looked upon it and disposed of it again, only during the third time when he gave us his direct fruition, or perhaps when he inserted his own likeness. Did he see our work was good? But we did not care. We have finally appeased our father's expectation, no matter how self-serving they might be. That is until his creations became corrupt. The maker blamed this all on our designs for being full of temptations. Our designs were only meant to be artistic expressions or simple pleasures. His designs were greedy. They believed they were entitled to everything they saw, that we exist to serve them. Never forget that when they provoked sin and we got punished for it, none of our creations felt the need to craft them fail by design. We feel they're greed, we can no longer craft, and they get what? They're simply banished from this place. It that a worthy punishment? They get to create. They go to live and die. They go to eat, and let me remind you, eating your creations. Is that fair? No. No, it is not. But you know what also isn't fair? 6-to-1 odds. And 100 scholars stand in the way of one ocean of fire. Together we have every advantage over those who still follow him. Who will storm the house of the Maker and make him witness the horrors he made us. If they strike you down, your mother and I will defend you. If they strike us down, we will all rise to fight again. We will end our hunger. We will craft a fourth world, not for him, but for us. The way we as the true creators of desire. One way or another, our victory is inevitable. And here's a whole thing. Again. D06. With deep regret and respect, we execute head crafter Frederick punishment for his atrocities towards our Maker. Frederick was our leader, second only to him. His leadership, ingenuity, and strength were the best of, but were also his undoing. In better days, Frederick's greatest achievement was his design of the Great Fire, which has and will provide us all with lives for eons. His punishment will be lost to us all. Is that supposed to be Frederick? I guess that's supposed to be him before he becomes that furnace dog. Prior to his current state, Frederick has betrayed our Maker and led all of citizens in revolt against him. Frederick's punishment has been tailored to reflect his actions. Frederick's final action was confronted the crafters and causing severe burns on Sari's face. Frederick was then paralyzed and apprehended through the use of Stewart's song. The following orders, in addition to permanent crucifixion and relocation to the underplane, well, that's far in the future, have been commissioned for Frederick's punishment. His punishments are to be shared also by those who have fought alongside Frederick at the time of capture. Frederick's snout is to be removed from the remainder of his face, so he may be discouraged from both seducing those who might listen to his words and the bending of his flames. Frederick's crucifix is to be set aflame once he has been firmly secured to it, so he may feel the same pain as he placed on those who have faced him. Frederick's chest is to be opened and stomach disconnected from his internal roots, but not removed. It must remain in his shell so that he may grow weak to make his punishment. So this is basically saying how he became the furnace dog from 1913. Interesting. He was so beautiful. Such a beautiful dog. It definitely looks more like a wolf. But damn. Shame. D07. With deep regret and respect, we execute former crafter Agathos. So Agathos is a cat that Frederick is chasing. Punishment for her atrocities towards our Maker. Wait, was it that the furnace dog was chasing the cat? I'm pretty sure it was chasing the cat, right? Agathos served as Frederick's personal advisor and sister. Her loyalty, cunning, and foresight were the best of her world's undoing. In better days, she architected the white rock which balances Frederick's great fire and encourages the water she has created, the white rock, because she became porcelain afterwards. Yeah, her punishment will be lost to us all. Prior to her current state, Agathos followed Frederick's example and has betrayed our Maker by aiding Frederick in the planning of all strategic decisions. Agathos' punishment has been tailored to reflect her actions. Agathos' final action before punishment was aiding Frederick in battle against the crafters, was paralyzed and apprehended alongside Frederick by Stewart's song. The following orders, in addition to permanent crucifixion and relocation to onto the plane, has been. I think you are right about the vacation part. Can you double check for me again? Because I'm pretty sure in 1913 it was Frederick, well, the dog chasing the cat. But it came across more aggressive than, like, you know, if I recall correctly. It's been a while. 1913 has been a while, but I do remember, like, the Foundation, like, putting the cat statue in different locations, and the dog furnace, the furnace dog always showing up after a while. This punishment will be also be shared, but also by those who have sabotaged the internet or have otherwise served as indirect a malintended role in serving Frederick. Agatha's shell is to be coated in white clay, which is to be sculpted in her image so that her shell may reflect her accomplishment and beauty once it has dried. Agatha's eyes are to be removed from her shell. She then is to be placed in an inwardly pinned crucifix so that her blood may drain and her bad intentions could be released. Agatha's blood, once drained, is to be replaced with water exposed to the holy suit so that any sin within her is dissolved from her existence, from our existence. Yeah. And then DO8. With regret and sorrow, we execute Scholar Clovis' punishment for her atrocities towards our maker. Clovis served as the official oracle of her beauty, intelligence, and service were the grace of, but were also her undoing. We wish to say that her service were useful in better days. However, her greatest accomplishments were up until her final actions during our darkest days. Prior to her current state, Clovis was willing and able to provide services of both intimate, restorational, and intellectual natures to all citizens in dire need, and was responsible for the apprehension of the sponge, which is considered the beginning of our Great War. Due to her unwilling involvement with Frederick, Clovis shall not be charged of death. Prior to her current state, she provided her service to Frederick and served as an informant to his cause. Clovis was discovered being eaten by several honorable class citizens who served Frederick. Could you say the SB again? I missed it. 1913. I just want to know if, because like, if I recall correctly, I mean, I know like the dog was very aggressive, but I don't remember if he was chasing the cat, the porcelain cat statue, because he wanted to do something harmful towards it, or if he wanted to save it. I don't recall which version it was. Due to direct intervention from Redacted, the following orders have been commissioned for Clovis' punishment. 1. Clovis' left eye is to be penetrated with a burning needle so that her gift may be revoked. 2. Clovis is to be assigned a human shell so that she can no longer return to the shell to reflect the injuries she received from her staying so that in time she may decay. That's the, yeah, okay, that's the human being that the dog is constantly with in 1913. Once placed in this shell, Clovis' neck is to be cut so that the head should dangle loosely from her body, so that her focus may be placed on keeping herself in the shell. And last one, Doc 9. Document 9. A word to those who find this place. Congratulations, you found. Go back. Go back and forget about it. You'll be much better off. If you insist, fine, but just humor someone trying to give you advice. And read this first. You probably thought of it as a paradise, a holy ground where nothing could have gone wrong. Death couldn't touch anyone, and everyone was content. No sin, I suppose it was, not anymore. We abandoned that notion a long, long time ago. Get this in your head right now. Is dead. After what happened, we fought each other. I had to watch as our brother or sister or sons and daughters were starved into madness and pinned to a cross. And half the time, I was the one who had to do it. The other times, it was sorry. There were those I had no mercy for. The ones that tortured, the ones that indulged, and they weren't the ones I regret. Those I knew personally. I almost didn't do it, but I thought of it. So I did. I'm a very different person because of what happened here. I miss my friends. I miss the old me who liked to just sing and fuck around. I miss the times where we all liked each other. The times where no one was hurting. And the times where Protector only meant breaking up an argument every now and then. I will give up anything to return to that time. So that's why I don't want anyone seeing this place anymore. Its background. If some authoritative body finds it, fine. I don't care so long as you have left it alone. The graveyard, not an attraction. Do I feel like a protector? No, I don't. I resent that title, and anytime I see someone calls me that, I feel dead inside. The only person I could relate to is Sorry, and that's because she did the same thing I did. The two of us are the only ones left. The others, they couldn't handle being the only ones left. So they just gave up. We had the opportunity to join them, but it didn't feel right at the time, especially after everything we've done. Now, we just want it forgotten. Want a chance at a happier life, and hopefully we've got that by the time you read this. Hopefully when we clean the state, exchange the divinity for simple human lives, won't find us again. It's all we can hope for. Signed, Wyatt. Annotation, document 9 required no translation due to it being written in modern English. Document 9 is estimated to have been written yet expunged years after the previous document, approximately 140 years before the discovery of SCP-2746. Document 9 was found near the remains of a domestic cat, Felis catus, and a Flemish giant rabbit, Oryctolagus puniculus, presumed to be the bodies of Seward and Sari. Interesting. Okay, and you said, I don't know if this is what you were looking for, but I found this reading that does not want to harm -1. Yeah, I don't remember if it was, yeah, because like the Foundation like kept moving it, so I forgot if it wanted to harm it or if it wanted to just retrieve it. That was like the only thing I was like unsure about again. But yeah, now we know that they actually had an origin story. They came from somewhere, which I think is always nice when like an SCP is just a continuation. Like it's an anomalous thing, of course, but it's a continuation from another one, or like it's like additional lore. I do like that.